in arrays in C. I have written that program, I think. So I think this is the a program you asked me. First of all, uh, this is a small program just to know the uh, intricacies of an array. So array is initialized to 5 elements and a few variables are declared. Now the question is how this statement is executed. A of 1, that is the second element. That is the second element of an array. So this is the element A of 1, that is incremented, right? Since that is incremented, that is the prefix increment operator. Since this is 1, 2 will be stored in I. The next statement says that A of 1, that is the same element again, but uh, plus plus is postfix increment operator. So what will be stored in J? That is A of 1 again, right? What is that A of 1? That has been made as 2, and here A of I plus plus. So A of I is right now at I contains the value as 2, right? So that I plus plus is done. So I will become 3. Right? So value of I will be printed as 3. And what will be the value of M? Value of M will be 20. If I run this code, 15 I mean, it will print as 3 because I is incremented, I becomes 2 here and I becomes 3 here, right? I becomes 3 here. So final value of I will be printed as 3. A of I, that is A of 1, not I, A of 1 is 1, so that is incremented and becomes 2, right? And here uh, A of I, right? What is the value of I here? 2, right? So A of 2, that is 15 is printed, then I is incremented, right? So this is how basically increment operator works. Uh, Numerous programs are there uh, in the piece section, and as I told you, when in the same program I will write, when I declare any array, say of 5, and initialize, to 5 elements, and yesterday I declared one pointer variable, if you can remember, and I assigned ptr is equal to ampersand num of 0, and using we write two programs yesterday: access the array inside the main function and send array to the function, and from there we access whole array using pointer, right? Now what I want to tell you today is that the remaining concept of that base address. Okay. Partially I have told you that uh, uh, the first element of the address of the first element of an array is called the base address, right? So when I write something like this, printf %d and star ptr, right? And here also I can write star ptr plus plus, right? Why? Because this is a postfix increment operator. So this star ptr, the value at that each location ptr is pointing will be printed, and then that ptr will be incremented. So instead of two statements, I have written the single statement. That is perfectly valid. Okay. So the whole array will be printed, right? Why? 44. So one here, right? So it will print the whole array. Now, uh, when uh, when array is declared, right? And array is given memory inside the machine. The compiler creates its own pointer, right? So what does it do? Listen this carefully. This is the concept which is required for understanding lot of concepts in C++, right? Uh, a very fundamental concept of an array. When an array is declared, the the base address, that is address of first element of an array, is stored automatically by the compiler in the name of an array. Okay. So compiler creates one internal pointer. The name of that pointer is num, right? So what does it mean? These two statements are same. If I write this, this is same, and num of 0 and num. Why it is same? Because the address of the first element of an array is stored in a pointer variable by compiler, and that the name of that pointer variable is name of an array. I hope no confusion, please. So internally num is a integer pointer which contains an address of the first element of an array. This is done by the compiler, not by us, right? We have not written any statement like this, right? We haven't written statement like this, like int star num is equal to ampersand num of 0. This statement, we have not written this, right? This is done by the compiler internally. This the type of this pointer is different. Okay, uh, it is basically called as a constant pointer, right? But this is not the time to go to that constant pointer concept as of now, right? But instead of writing ptr is equal to and num, uh, 0, you can just write name of an array. That's it. Okay, and the rest of the program will be executed because since ptr contains the base address, right? It will be executed as it is. So if we suppose, uh, if I suppose call a function, suppose print array, right? And yesterday we sent address of the first element, right? Like this. And inside a function, let me first declare the prototype void print array and int star, right? So I'll write the print array int star suppose ptr. Now ptr contains the uh, address of the first element. This is the program we wrote yesterday, nothing new here, right? And here I will write for int I is equal to, you can write anything, 1 0 doesn't matter. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, and same here, printf percent d, right? I'll write here star ptr and ptr plus plus, right? This was the same program we wrote yesterday, and if I run this code, it will print the whole array, right? Now, as we have seen that name of an array contains the base address of an array. So instead of this, we can write like this. Just send num, that's it, right? Because we are sending num, that is the name of an array. It contains the base address. That is what we want. So whether do you write and num 0 or just name of an array, both are same, right? Uh, Now what is the another meaning of this? What is the another meaning of this? Let's remove this. The first program in the array. Now I will write again. The basic program of an array. Printf percent 5d, and how we printed the whole array? For I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 4, I plus plus. And inside, if you can recall that program, you wrote num of I. We write like this, if you can remember, right? So that whole array is printed. This is the first program we wrote when we started array chapter. So the whole array is printed, right? Using the index int star ptr. Okay. To access the complete array, we wrote that ptr is equal to ampersand num of 0, right? Uh, so to access an array, we write for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 4, 5, I plus plus, right? And we wrote printf percent %d and um, star ptr, right? And we wrote ptr plus plus, right? This is using pointer, right? We store the first address of the first element of an array, which we call it is the base address, and we stored in the pointer variable. And using pointer, uh, using star operator, we access the value at that each location, and we went on increasing the pointer since ptr pointer can be incremented, right? The meaning of this of ptr plus plus is ptr is equal to ptr plus 1, right? That's why we went on incrementing that pointer. Now, what I wanted to tell you is that the address of the first element is stored in the name of the variable by the compiler. So this statement is same as this statement. ptr is equal to num. Both are same statements. ptr is equal to num and ptr is equal to and num 0. Same. Why? Because the address of the first element is stored in the name of an array. By whom? By the compiler. Right? Now compiler does it for its own use. That we will see why. Why it does so like that. So if you compile this program and run this, you will get the uh, same output, right? Like earlier. Initially, when we write basic program of an array, we wrote that I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 4, I plus plus. That is using, we are going to print the array or access the array, not print. Printing is not important. Accessing array elements is important. For our convenience, we are just printing. That's it. When I write 5d and we wrote num of I. I will print one more slash line here so that both outputs are printed on separate uh, line. So here the whole array will be printed because this array we are printing using index of an array. So num of 0 this will print, num of 1 this will print, num of 2 this will print, num of 3 this will print, num of 4 this will print, right? So it will print arrays, right? Now since we know that a constant can be added to the pointer, and same we are doing here. We are doing same thing here, right? When you write for when you write this code, I mean basic code, right? I will show you how that compiler executes uh, program internally. Uh, Let me execute this program first and then I will explain you. These three loops will print return in different ways, but will access the array and print it. Right? So what conclusion we can make from this after execution of this is that these are different ways of no how array elements can be accessed. One thing. Second thing, what compiler does inside the machine when you try to access array using index of an array. Now, when you write like this statement internally is converted by the compiler in this fashion. The meaning of this is bit no uh, bit difficult to understand for beginners like you. But I'll explain it to you. Num is a name of an array. It contains base address. Statement number one. What is the statement number one? Num is name of an array. It contains base address. Right? Since it is again integer pointer, but only created by the compiler. Right? If you add one to that, okay, uh, then it will point to this location. If you add again one to that, it will start pointing to this location. Same philosophy is done here. What is the what does what are the contents of num base address? Right? I in that I am adding I. What is the value of I here? Initially it is 0. So num plus 0 is num. What is the star num? Star num is 2. Star num is 2. Why? Because here it is the same thing, no? Num assigned to PTR. Initially, star PTR is as good as star num. Here, star num. Okay, so it will give first element. Now, when I becomes 1, the base address of that initially last program we printed that base addresses. We will print that again for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. We are going to print the addresses. Um, you can do it using pointer, but we'll print using addresses, indexes. Printed of the elements in an array. No, right? We're just giving the message. That's it. because we will come to know what is getting printed percent u slash n, and since we want to print the addresses, I will write and num of I, right? Now let's see. Okay, this is no problem because we have seen that using num of I basic program using array index we have printed the whole array. Okay, then slash n is there. Then we have stored the address of first element by writing ptr is equal to num, and since once our pointer starts pointing to first element of an array, that is 2, using that star of that value 2 is printed, ptr is equal to ptr plus 1, so ptr will point to 56, it will print that. So in that fashion the whole array is, sorry, the whole array is printed, right? Then again new line, here we are printing addresses of all elements in array, so 44, 48, 52, 56, and 60, right? Each time you run the program or machine is different, the addresses are going to be different, uh, for sure. Then this loop is going to be executed. Now this loop is executed. Now this loop is going to be executed. The question is now, what is that num contains? Num contains 6, 4, triple to 4, right? Plus 1. I told you that increment is done on the basis of data types. So 4 bytes. Okay. So now value of this expression inside this, it will contain 6, 4, triple two, 4, 8. Star of that. What is that star? 56. Right? Then again num. What is that num? This one. In that, in that 2 is added. What do you mean by 2? That means 8 bytes. 6, 4, triple two, double 4 plus 8. What is that? 52, right? Star of that 78 will be printed. Then 3, right? 3 is 3 into 4, 12. So 40 plus 12, that is 56. That will be printed. So this is how internally compiler accesses elements. It jumps from that location and reaches at that level, right? So it just adds whatever the index is there, okay, and calculate that memory location and directly jumps over that. So it is how it is, the compiler works inside the machine. Even though you write statement like this, internally this is converted into this pointer notation. So this is a pointer notation of an array. Why I explained in detail? Only because things become bit difficult when we think of double dimension array. And for notch each second, the part of second I have made the animation, right? So basically this is not necessary, but okay, uh, uh, I will do that also. When you write statement as ptr equal to and num 0, right? At that time, address of this is stored. What does the compiler do internally? Compiler execute this statement as num is equal to and num 0. This is done by the compiler, not by us. We cannot write statement like this, right? This is a proprietary of the compiler. What does the compiler do? Address of the first element is stored in name of an array. Okay, this is a internal pointer created by the compiler, right? Internal pointer, and that is the reason. Look at these two statements. Right hand side is same. That is the reason. That is the reason we can write ptr is equal to no. That is the reason. Now there might be one more question. Okay, I will come to that. But I'm waiting for that question to crop up in your mind. Okay. Let me see whether it is generated in your mind or not, because that is the fundamental question. And uh, if I ask the students this question to know, many students, many computer engineers, okay, final year students, I'm quite sure 50% of that uh, won't answer me, are not capable of answering me correct, or other correct answer, and rest of the 50% will give me answer correctly, but they do not know why that answer is correct. So 100 out of 100 don't know why of this, right? That is, I'm quite sure. As far as you are concerned, I will explain all these things, not to worry. Now these are again basics. I told you everything. Now when I wrote statement like this, what I wrote, printf percent d star ptr, right, and ptr plus plus, right. Somebody should tell Bill Gates that each time you don't make first character as alphabet, at least when we are teaching programming languages, we are creating slides for programming languages. Don't make that as a capital case by default. Okay. So now here, okay, printf percentage star ptr. What is the ptr? This is ptr. Okay. Rather, this is ptr. What it contains, that value, right? This is ptr. No, this is just name given to this memory location. If you can no observe very carefully, okay, real life again. Suppose some of you is Ashutosh, right? Some of you is Rakesh. Some of you is Tanmay. Okay, somebody is Sambodhi. Okay? These are names given to you. So Ashutosh, for example, this is a name given to you. But is there something around your body or in your face like Abhishek? Is it written over there? No. You are recognized as Ashutosh, right? You are recognized as तन्मय, बट ऐसा कुछ लिखा नहीं है यहाँ तन्मय या ऐसा हाथ पे कहाँ भी कहाँ भी नहीं, राइट? अभी अभी टाटू किया है तो बात अलग है, ओके? ऐसा फैड है अभी दुनिया में, लेकिन वो बात अलग है. See, you are recognized as that, right? Nothing is written over there on your body, whole body, nothing is written. Similarly, this is our own impression. Don't forget that. This is for understanding purpose. In memory, nothing is written like this. No, nothing is there. Okay, memory is just this. That's it. Now, name of this memory location is this, right? Okay. That's why when I said what is variable, I told you definition as variable is named memory location. right? Now, so when I say what is PTR, PTR is actually this, right? Star of that. What is star of that? Okay, go there where the address contained in this. So go there and pick that value, right? Go at this memory location and pick that value, whatever is there. So that is the meaning of star PTR. Now PTR plus plus. So this pointer PTR plus plus means what? Suppose it contains something like this: 4, 5, 6. Suppose 0, right? So what is PTR? 4560. What is star of that? Now 4560 is basically this memory location. This memory location is 4560. This is 4560, right? Now what is, I have explained this using animation basically, so that all concepts are clear. This is 4564. Okay, in animation I might have taken, if I had taken integer takes 4 bytes, then you will find 6062 like that, right? But concept is same. Seven six, right? Is that right? 60, 64, 68, 72, and 76. Yes, that's it, right? So what is PTR? 4560. What is 4560? This is 4560. What is star of this? The value inside this. Suppose 5 it is there, right? Suppose 8 is there, 1 is there, 14 is there, and 32 is there. Whatever, right? What is the star of this? 5. So 5 is printed. PTR plus plus. What is PTR plus plus? 4560. 4560 plus 1. No, 1 means 1 home. Okay. So plus 1 means 4564. So pointer will go here. Right? So pointer will go at 4564. Right? Why actually I'm telling this? Just imagine. Again, real world. Students do not understand this. Suppose this is Ashutosh Holmes, right? There is a one more home, right? There is one more home like this. Lot of homes are there, right? And suppose Ashutosh home is very simple. Okay, no design, nothing is there. There are some rooms like this. Some rooms like these are there. Okay, imagine, right? So this home has got I have to do a lot of things here. 3 homes are there, right? This is Ashutosh Holmes, right? Now we will consider this as Ashutosh Holmes. Okay. Ashutosh Holmes is this, right? Now, when Ashutosh gives, and suppose this is somebody's, suppose Samir, right? Don't know, his friend. Okay, this is also his friend. Suppose someone called Raj. Okay, okay. Someone. Okay, these are his friends. Now, somebody he gives an address and told him that uh, there is a Raj home, then Samir home, and next to Samir, my home is there. Okay. So suppose when he reaches at Samir home, right? So what is the address? This is the address, right? This is the address of Samir home, right? Now, since Ashutosh has told that add one address to Samir's address, does it mean that he will go here and enter inside this? No. Okay. He knows that this whole home belongs to Samir. So definitely he will jump at this location, right? Similarly, in this array, when 1 is added, okay, actually 4 are added, okay. So PTR again plus plus. How that PTR plus plus happens? That 4560 plus, now it is 64 here, right? 1 to that, it will become 68. When this becomes 68, it starts pointing to this location, right? Right. Now next question. I have written that PTR plus plus. Right? Now PTR plus is a increment postfix increment operator. So this will be executed first star PTR. What is that star PTR initially here? Right? This will be executed first star PTR. So 5 will be printed. And then PTR is incremented. PTR plus plus, no? So it will go here. Right? And then control goes for the next iteration, that is a something I plus plus, right? Again star PTR, so 8 will be printed, right? Again PTR plus plus, so it will go here. This was your question. Int size is equal to 5 and int num size or whatever, right? Size I have given as the name of a variable intentionally, right? Now we need to understand first of all, uh, how does any program, any C program is compiled and executed. Okay. And hint of this I have given you in the past. If you can recall, it is very difficult to recall that particular statement. If I had, yes, whichever I have talked, okay, intentionally I talked at that time, but that intention, you might have now come to know that intention. What is the intention behind this sentence in the past? So I talked in the past is that some of the sentence I will take it. Okay. Uh, I mean, not all sentences I talked at a time, but in dispersed manner, distributed manner, right? Once I said that C program, when you compile and execute and you get the output, it goes through multiple phases. Okay. Second, when you declare variables, memory is allocated, right? Once also I said that memory is allocated at execution time, right? When we say that memory is allocated here, when you declare variables, basically memory how much memory is to be allocated, that is decided. I give you some example like no money in your pocket and you go to some shop or vegetable market, and unless till you do not spend that, it is still belongs to you, right? Similarly, when you declare variables, how much memory is to be reserved, that is decided, not given, right? So, what is the, as far as array is concerned, for array, memory has to be allocated at compile time. What does it mean? The array size has to be given so that compiler comes to know how much provision is to be made, right? What is the provision to be made? It is like no, if suppose some event is there. Now events are over all these things in this lockdown phase, but suppose some house is to be built, right? Then the money will be sent, money will be money will be spent only during during execution, rather building the home. But before that you need to make provision, right? So this is a provision, right? This is a provision. So 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. Okay. So what happens if you write like this? 10 bytes of memory will be allocated, okay, reserved, like that. That statement means like that. But if you write like this, okay, this will give error. Why error? Because compiler is not in a position to decide. Now you will say phi u is stored in size, but see, phi u is still not stored in size, right? Phi u is still not stored. Why? Memory is not given. How much memory is to be given, that is final, right? But phi is not stored here, so it will give an error.